Hello, I'm finally back after all this time and I can produce content. This is the first PC that I've ever made in my whole life. And it's actually not the most insane, I could say, but at the same time it's budget friendly and it was budget friendly and strong enough to sustain the gaming. Now, the specs of the PC are as follows. Let me pull that real quick. There we go. So, for the GPU, I have inserted an MSI GeForce RTX 3050 Ventus. Now, originally I was leaning towards the Sapphire Radeon RX 6600 by AMD, but then I was doing a few tests and I was looking through it and I realized, well, for now let me stick to the NVIDIA graphics for the time being, and then we'll see. And the price difference wasn't that high, so I decided to stick to it. The CPU is a Ryzen 5 3600. Now, originally I bought the 4500. But there was a slight issue. The issue being that the CPU was not compatible with the motherboard. Specifically, the motherboard needed a BIOS update before I could use it. Now, there were not many other technicians told me that the graphics card was the problem. Others said that the RAM was the problem. Some said that you should just buy a third gen Ryzen and then you'll be fine. And then I decided, well, let me just get the 3600, use it, and then, well, since it works now, I'll give the 45 away. Yeah, that's it. And the motherboard is the Asus Prime B50MA. That was hard to find, I will say that much, because it was, first of all, a bit cheap than I anticipated for a motherboard, and also it had 4 DIMM slots. Like, it was really, that was the entire point. I needed something with 4 DIMM slots, that's why I chose that one. And also it had additional slots and everything, so yeah, that's cool. For RAM, I have two G.Skill Aegis 16GB DDR4 at 3000 MHz. Now, originally I was going to buy the 8GB 4 times, but then I realized, well, there's really no point to it. Like, 16GB is more than enough. Like other technicians told me, it's more than enough you need for both gaming and streaming and recording. But he had a point when he said I had a point when I said better be safe than above anything else, just to make sure that nothing runs out. Then the PSU is the Armageddon Voltron Platinum 700. There was another issue with this one, because when I opened it, I saw that it was full wired. Now, there is a site that you can see all the different stores that you can order stuff from, and they said they categorized it as full modular, and it isn't, which was a bit of an issue. I wanted a full modular, which makes it easier to deal with cable management and such. Well, of course, everything inside is a complete mess, but still it works. And also, people told me, like, you don't need more than like 500. You'll be fine with you'll be fine with that. You won't have any issues with overloading. So I decided, well, we'll use it. Like, there's no issues so far in the last few weeks that I've been using the PC. So yes, I guess it works. It's just okay. It's just that it's not full modular. Now, for storage, I may have overdone it with mass storage, but at the same time, like I said, videos can take space. The SSDs, we have two SSDs, a Samsung 870 500GB and a 980 for 1TB. Now, of course, one of them will be for the operating system, the other one will be fully gaming and such, like really fast so far. I've restarted my computer 3 times. The power is amazing. Then for the HDDs, let me look real quick. The HDDs, that's the overkill. It's 2 Seagate Barracuda at 2TB each. That was the overkill because I realized, well, I transferred most of my files into one of them, and not even 25% got covered for. But, well, I used one for other files and the other one for the stream content. So yeah, it's okay, I guess. Now, the others, peripherals and stuff, this includes cooler fans and the CPU cooler as well. I didn't use the stock one. The CPU cooler is the Arctic Freezer 7X. Originally, I was suggested that I use an aftermarket one rather than the stock AMD cooler, you'll see much of a difference in degrees on the CPU, like 5-6 degrees less than what than the stock one gives you. And well, yeah, so far it functions really well. I had to replace the paste because I placed it on the other CPU, and I had to reinstall it. And went out pretty smoothly, and everything is fine. Then for the chassis fans, I have three Arctic P12 pressure optimized. And I will mention this later. As it turned out, the motherboard didn't have enough fan ports, so I had to buy a fan hub. Always be careful when you buy your computers to always make sure that you have enough slots. Always buy some things first and then order to be sure. Order the rest to be sure. I don't know if that is viable, but anyway. The box for the PC was also really cool, and it came with its own fan. It's an Armageddon Vulcan V1FX. It's a MIDI tower, and it came with its own RGB fan. It's basically decorative, it doesn't draw that much air. Also, 144Hz monitor and such like that. And the price was actually more than I bargained, than I anticipated, but at the same time, less than I hoped for. Originally, I thought I paid like at least 300 more for that, but still, it's okay. And then, of course, when I finished setting up and downloading all the drivers, downloading all the programs, Steam, Discord, Chrome, Opera GX, TeamSpeak, Epic, all those different programs that we require, and all the Streamlabs, I went through the different games that I have to see how strong it is. Went through League of Legends, like, yeah, my old laptop can run League of Legends, but not at this rate. It runs at 150 FPS. And the MS, well, we don't have the best internet in the world, so we have to work with what we have at 80 MS. And, well, it was functioning well, but I don't think I'll be streaming regular matchmaking for League of Legends because when I recorded, the game dropped to 20 FPS. Even on medium settings, on the recommended settings, the default, it ran on 20 FPS. And if you're wondering how it looks, well, run back to the opening of this video and you'll see that's exactly how it looks like when I recorded it. Then I ran through CSGO, and well, I'm surely not gonna play CSGO because because the game crashed twice and it was running at 40 FPS. I'm not even kidding. It was running at 40 FPS with recording, and it would drop to 10 to 20 FPS for sometimes, and even lag inferiously. And then I stopped recording, and then the same thing happened, dropped everything to the bare minimum as I could, and again, same thing happened, 40 FPS, can't run it, so maybe I will not be playing it for some time. And of course I tried it on Rocket League, as you can see right here. It is functioning really well, smooth, high FPS, and no issues whatsoever so far. Ran through, well, a couple of other games like Paladins and Star Wars: The Old Republic, games that I might be playing on stream, besides the single player ones, and well, so far it's not bad at all. It's functioning. Yeah, so that's basically it. Well, if you guys want to ask anything, leave a comment, and well, I will be streaming from some time. I'll create a program, I'll set it up on with my Twitch channel, leave everything link in the description. And on a final note, big shout out to the channel that I will upload. I don't remember actually the name, I'll actually write it on the video, that helped me build the PC. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't know to save up money. As it turned out, because I almost bought Windows 10 for 140 euros when I realized that, well, it's basically free, and the product key is like 10 euros or something. Luckily that order wasn't sent, so I didn't pay, so I had to change it, and everything was well, everything was fine. And also it helped me figure out, because the motherboard didn't have enough fan ports, so I had to buy a fan hub. And yeah, that's basically it. If you guys want to join me on my stream, please join me. I don't mind.